Hi, how are you this full moon in Aquarius, this buck moon? I hope you're doing good. I missed you quite a bit. Yeah. So today we're going to look at the question of what am I outgrowing? We're going to look at it in like a physical realm sense, relationship wise, as well as more into your soul growth as well for this full buck moon. And the buck moon really symbolizes outgrowing. Usually around this time, deer usually outgrow their antlers, and that's why it's called a buck moon. So with that in mind, I'm going to be picking out 4 cards from this Divine Feminine deck, and yeah, from there you can choose what pile that you want to pick, and I'll see you there. But yeah, I kind of wanted to do like a live shuffle for today, so this will be pile 1. This will be pile 2. Actually, I'll keep both of them. This will be pile 3. And this will be pile 4. Okay. Alright. With that in mind, I'm gonna start with pile 1. Alright, pile 1. So for you today, you have the card Shine. Have confidence. We're asking the question of what are you outgrowing? Both in the physical level, relationship wise, as well as your soul. And honestly, it feels like you're kind of outgrowing the insecurities that you must have had before. I'm thinking of Bonnie from the streamer You, and she was talking about having imposter syndrome, so I'm pretty sure you are outgrowing your imposter syndrome right now. Yeah. So as of right now, you're coming into your own. People are noticing your gifts and talents. The Divine Feminine angels are here to bolster your confidence. They admire your humility, but this is not the time to play it small, and dimming your light certainly doesn't serve anybody. Now is your time. The world is ready for you, so do not procrastinate any longer. Follow your heart's desires. Apply for a new job or ask someone out on a date. You were meant for great things. The more time you spend doing what brings you joy, the more radiant your light will shine through you. Let the world see your magnificence and beauty. Put yourself out there in all your glory, as the angels have every confidence in you, and so should you. And if you don't believe in angels, just, like people out there in your everyday life, they believe in you as much as, you should probably believe in yourself. So take that risk, be bold, and dare to show the world what you are here for. So yeah, okay. Wow. I love this for you, pile 1. The additional meanings of this is that you are a catalyst of inspiration for others. You produce amazing pieces of work. Reach for the stars. You are more than qualified. Be a shining example. Lead the way. Dress to impress. You are a star. You will be successful. Stand out. For some of you, I'm really getting the image of my partner applying for a new job right now. So this is confirmation for you right now in terms of what you're outgrowing. You're outgrowing a career situation. You might be shifting jobs. You might be thinking about shifting jobs. And this is confirmation of, yes, you probably should do something that's more aligned with you, something that really speaks to you, something that will give you what you want by the end of the day. It doesn't have to be your dream job. It could be something that really kind of keeps you going, keeps your priorities in check. It really depends on who you are and what you value. For example, if you value your career and you want it to be very authentically aligned to you, then you might go for something that is closer to your dream job, but that might, might take a while, and that's okay. As long as you're going and doing it and getting it done. That's the main message. But even if you're not applying for your dream job and you're trying to advance your career in any way, shape, or form, because that allows you more freedom, more expansion. And what I mean by freedom and expansion, it could be really anything, but it affords you what you want to do out of life. For example, to provide for your family, to spend on yourself, to invest in whatever really calls to you. It could be projects, it can be literal investments, it can be social services and charities. It really is up to you in regards to how you want to invest your time. But the underlying thing is that what you're outgrowing right now is kind of that stage of not believing in yourself into believing in yourself. Because now I'm getting a different image. So if this isn't career related, then this could be really specifically in regards to your confidence and how you feel about yourself and what that means to know yourself and also go for what you want. I'm having a very specific image in mind, and I don't really want to say it, but I'll say the circumstances. So you might be in a space right now where you're really gathering the confidence to ask your crush out, or you're really understanding in yourself that you can believe in yourself and that you're the shit, you know what I mean? You're hot stuff, that you really deserve the things that you want. Because you do. You deserve the things that you want. And it feels like you're stepping into this confidence that is extremely sexy and extremely appealing, and it doesn't really matter what happens afterwards as long as you go for what you want and you believe in yourself. That's really the main message in regards to what you're outgrowing. You're really outgrowing a shell of you, a part of you that was in a cocoon, a part of you that was developing, and now you're ready to become a beautiful butterfly. Okay. I know we said we're going to do different aspects, so physically I think we got, relationship-wise I think we got, soul-wise kind of, but we'll go into it more in regards to the cards. Okay, so what is my pile? Oh, why's half this deck flipped? All right, we're gonna just comes that out a little bit. So, what is my pile one's outgrowing this buck moon? What is my pile one's outgrowing this buck moon? Divine Source. What is my pile one's physically? I should say physically. Physically is probably yeah. You gotta listen quietly. Interesting. We're gonna have more cards on that. Let's say relationship wise. Oh, interesting. Give it the time it needs. And let's say soul-wise as well. Okay. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. It's only funny because of where I am in life right now. So... staying alive. That's a song I got. I think I'm gonna pull more cards for this one. Because this really can mean anything. So in regards to physically, let's start with that first. Oh, that's an interesting message. Okay, so oddly enough, physically, what you're outgrowing is how do I say this? It's kind of like you're letting go of like the more rational parts of your mind, and that sounds so bad, but like I guess it's not like you're letting go of your rational part. It's like you're enhancing, you're developing your more intuitive side. So in terms of listen quietly, it's like other than doing what you normally would do and would choose what your brain would think is the best way to do something, and it's like the most like for example, if you're like a very like upstanding character and you have high morals and values and stuff, it could be that you are outgrowing what those mean to you. And I'm getting the image of someone who was previously monogamous, who is outgrowing to like understanding love can mean a lot more than just one thing to one person. It can mean many things to many people, and love can come from all forms, and it can happen to multiple people, and you know, it really depends on where you are. The reverse could also be true, you know. The reverse can also be true in regards to you might have loved many people and now you are also settling down for one person. But the image I'm getting, so in my mind very clearly, is someone kind of accepting the love that they have for more than one person. And again, this could be a different thing. This could also be you're listening quietly in regards to your intuition. Physically, it can mean like maybe it can mean something super mundane. It could be like, oh, usually you go to like your favorite convenience store and you pick out like your regular snack. But this time around, like you're like a little like inkling in you is like, oh, maybe I want to try something new, you know, and then you end up like buying your new favorite snack. Or like if you're at home cooking and something and you just kind of have like an idea of, I really want to make this thing, like I don't know what this is, but I kind of have ingredients that are similar to it and I want to see if it tastes good, and then it ends up being your next favorite meal, you know. Physically, it feels like, again, you're kind of letting your guard down a bit and really trusting yourself so that you're listening to what you really need. Oh, do I need the cards? I guess not. I will use this for something later. For the second card, for the more relationship aspect, giving it the time it needs. So what you're outgrowing is kind of this rushing, very anxious kind of kind of love when it comes to relationships. It feels like you're really understanding that you can kind of plant the seeds and let it grow and let it blossom. Or this could be in regards to your relationship with like an outcome. So it could be like you're making sure to kind of let it go and not think about it too much. You're kind of just understanding that what will happen in due time will happen for the best. Like, for example, if you put out many job applications out there, you understand that the right job will come and contact you, and you know, the next part of your story will go the way it's planned. You're kind of like you're letting go of the anxiety that it happens when you're anticipating something. You're kind of just like letting your manifestation, I don't know where you're at spiritually, but I have a problem with manifestation. I don't know why. Anyways, but you're letting your manifestation kind of breathe, and that's what you're kind of supposed to do. If like you put something out there in the universe, if you hyper focus on that thing, like it's not gonna come any faster. You know, it's like what's that saying? It's like waiting for the water to boil or something, or I don't know. 333 is on the clock. So this is something that is really like in tune with your heart space, but you're letting it have the time it needs to kind of marinate and do the thing, you know. Like you're letting go of the need to having like that instant gratification, which I love for you. Okay, soul wise. This is a lot more existential. Trigger warning for those who are who have a hard time wanting to stay alive. Your soul is really urging you at this moment to think about outgrowing that notion. It really wants you to fall in love with yourself, and it feels like you're outgrowing that kind of nihilistic view of what's the point, that very like doomer mentality of passively not wanting to be alive. So if you are out there, congratulations to you. That is a really hard hurdle to really get through. So honestly, give yourself a hug today, buy yourself a good treat, say some nice words to yourself, because there's a part of you, whether you want to admit it or not, that wants to stay alive. Staying alive. Yeah. And little fact, I think the staying alive beat is the tempo that you use for when you're doing CPR on someone, to make sure that you're like compressing at the right time, to restart the heart. And that also kind of feels symbolically fitting for you right now. You're like restarting your heart in some way. There's like a passion that you're getting back into. There is something that your heart loves and longs for and is calling for, that you're really accepting about yourself at this moment in time. Again, these messages are gonna sound a bit more general because this is not a personal reading, but take it as it is. We're gonna do any final messages. And yeah, I had 2 other decks, but I don't know if we're gonna use it. Maybe we'll take a card out of each. So any final messages? This is going to come from the Fae realm. So like the messages are not going to be completely like love and light. It's going to also be depth and shadows in these messages, which I adore because I think it's good to have the balance of both, right? Exactly. So we have the Six of Cups and any other messages that is needed for my pile ones. The Knave of Cups in reverse. Right now, focusing on you and making sure that you are okay and that you're giving to yourself is probably the best option. Focusing on what you can do for you and not like focusing on others is probably your best bet at the moment in regards to like fulfilling your goals and really kind of owning this full moon. If you focus on what your heart wants and what you really want out of life and the really bigger questions of like, who are you, what do you want? And I always get the image of Iroh saying this to Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Who are you and what do you want out of life? Yeah, and we have the Lovers at the back of the deck. So this is really about the choices that you're making, what you do love, what you do cherish, what again is really close to your heart. It seems like with these two lovers in this photo that you can, if you're focusing on yourself, it's really listening to the parts of you, the nurturing parts of you, being able to tell the more active and more action-oriented parts of you to go after the things it really wants, the things that really call to your heart. That's one of the biggest things, is that you're having the confidence this fuck moon to really go after the things you want. And I absolutely love that for you. Alright, this is a really strange deck. So, and I don't want to like, okay, I don't want to like, oh, wait, are they? Okay, I feel like they're already shuffled kind of strange, so I might just shuffle them anyways. Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm using this deck the way it's intended, but I don't really care. Oh, that's probably a message for you. Like, again, there are things like, I think that you're like a rule follower. It feels like you're someone who's like a rule follower. Like up is up and down is down and that is it. And like gravity exists everywhere all the time, which is not true. So, you know, it's kind of like you're broadening your perspective to understand that you are more than what you just think sometimes. It's really like that notion of like, again, like thinking outside the box and having the confidence to think outside the box. Yeah, okay, yeah. You literally have the card Seasons of Growth, Every season provides us with a unique set of sensory experiences: the quality of light, the thickness of the air, the shifting temperatures, the changing colors. Each season represents a cycle of change for our Earth, from the growth and rebirth of spring to the quiet hibernation of winter. Today, as you walk, contemplate this season of your life. What would you call it? How does it feel to be in this season? Sorry, I was messing up on my words because I'm thinking about someone too much. Yeah. But yeah. Gentle reminder for you to really focus. And again, if what your heart desires is a person, you're just gonna have to accept that. You're just gonna have to accept that part of yourself. Okay. Last messages before we end off. If you're still here, thanks for being here. If you're using me as a way to sleep, I love that for you, because sleep and rest is important. And honestly, like, I use tarot videos to always sleep, so I don't know. I understand. No shame. No shade. If you're still here just kind of absorbing the messages, honestly, you're doing the Lord's work. I'm not Catholic or Christian. I don't believe in the Abrahamic religions like that. Not in the bureaucratic sense, but more in the, like, parable teaching style sense, because just like any form of media, it is information that you can relate to your life if you symbolically choose to see it that way. But yeah, when I say you're doing the Lord's work, it's also like you're doing the most. You're like, you're really advancing yourself, you know? Right now, for your card, you have the Spider. And I kind of want to do one more, because this is a really cute deck. Oh, and you have Sunrise. I kind of like, I don't know, but this is also, okay, I don't know. I kind of like this one better, so we're gonna, I like the color scheme better. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Yeah, okay, sick, okay. Also, with the give it the time it needs, I feel like you're also being very, like, nurturing to yourself. Excuse me. Yeah. It kind of feels like you're giving yourself the time you need at this time to kind of feel the confidence and not rush through it. Like, it doesn't feel like you're faking confidence. It feels like you're attaining confidence through multiple trial and errors, and then mastering those errors. It is like a self-efficacy, one would say. And, you know, I think that kind of confidence where you're not faking it and you're really, it's coming from a real place. Like, I think it's a stronger confidence than what most people say, like, fake it till you make it. Like, I understand, you know, like, yes, but, and, confidence can also come off of the multiple times you've done something and you might have failed, but, like, you've still worked at it and you still went through it a different way. Maybe you thought about it a different way. Maybe you caught something that wasn't supposed to be there. Like, there are little tweaks that you probably have done up until this point to know that you have mastered this element of yourself. It feels also like how you talk to yourself. It feels like you kind of are more quick about not saying shitty things to yourself. You're giving yourself the time it takes to really accomplish your goals and what you want, and you're sitting with yourself in a lot more of a relieved fashion, one where you kind of have your own home in yourself. And because of that, you can really understand what you want more so that you can go for it. I'm gonna get the meanings of these two cards. Spider kind of looks like, you know, you're weaving your life story right now, and you know, sunrise is, again, it's the new beginnings of what you're weaving. So congratulations to you. I'm not gonna actually get the card messages because I think that's fine. Yeah, I think you're trusting yourself, just like how I'm trusting myself with my intuition here and not relying on the book. Not that it's wrong to rely on the book. It's totally cool. Sometimes you get more messages from the book when it's needed, but sometimes you intuitively know what you want and you don't need another resource to tell you. You can just go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it's been a while. Thank you so much for being here and sticking with me, and I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 2. You are a pile that got 2 cards, so 2 cards for pile 2. Today we're looking at the question of, what are you outgrowing? What am I outgrowing? You know, take it as you want. So this is gonna signal like kind of the overall theme, and then we're gonna get into stuff that is like more in regards to the physical realm of what you're outgrowing, what's more relationally what you're outgrowing, and then what your soul is outgrowing. And then we're just gonna get more messages from what's out there for you today. Yeah, the cards, miracle, opportunity comes knocking, and I'm doing all these cards upright, so yeah. And then you also have crossing the threshold, initiation. Ooh, interesting. It feels like you are... Wow, these in both of these cards, they're stepping into a door. Like, you know what I mean? They're stepping into like a new door. So what you're outgrowing is literally your past self, and your past life. You're actively right now in the in-between stage of being firm in your choice to move forward. Okay, I like that better. Sorry. But like in a way where you're not exactly on the other side of it yet, but you know where you want to go. Does that make sense? It feels like you're, again, extremely protected at this time with the angel wings here, but like the decisions you're making are things that are very aligned to you. What you're outgrowing is the is kind of like the stage, you know, like the grieving stage where all you want to do is just kind of lie in your bed and bed rot and just like scroll endlessly, like doom scroll, and literally just kind of not like just like turn your brain off and do nothing. It feels like you're getting out of that stage and you're stepping into this new stage of really owning the opportunities that are coming to you, and you're being initiated into a new life, whatever that means to you. Again, this can mean multiple things to multiple people, so take this as best as it resonates. Some examples, again, can be that you're going from a depressed state into one where you're actively doing something about it. Maybe you're taking meds, or eating better, or, you know, coming from the stage of kind of like a rut of like the everyday of like, you're kind of noticing, oh, like very similar to pile one, like what you want out of life. But it feels like you're kind of more on the stage of actively going for those goals, like going for it. Like it feels more like you're waiting to cross that threshold, you know? So let's get more cards to see where you're at on the physical realm. Thank you. Clarity of mind. Yeah. That makes sense. This is going to be the relationship wise. And then soul wise. Soul wise. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. What you're outgrowing is physically what you're outgrowing, alright, is kind of like the need to know everything. Physically it feels like yeah, I'm thinking of my partner right now. So you're physically kind of like working with your monkey mind and calming your monkey minds. And what I mean by that, in Vipassana meditations, I was taught that what the main practice was doing is kind of quelling that mind that's extremely anxious, that's jumping all over the place, that has 1,000 thoughts per second, that's thinking about everything. And you're kind of letting go of that attachment towards it. So you're really gaining this clarity of mind by kind of detaching from a part of you that you once thought was all of you. It feels like you're seeing yourself for who you are right now, and you're letting go of a lot of the subconscious traumas that you once have had. And it seems like you're doing this not only for the betterment of yourself, but for the betterment of the relationships around you. And that's perfect segue into relationship wise what you're outgrowing. It feels like you're being a lot more conscious and thoughtful in your relationships. It feels like, other than just riding the wave and seeing where it takes you, like other than kind of mundanely going through life in a very unconscious manner, like in regards to like the little things. Sorry. As in like other than having things happen to you and kind of being in this victimhood mentality, it feels like you're really owning up your responsibility and what that means for your relationships. What does it mean to be thoughtful? What does it mean to care for another and love another? What does it mean to set your ego aside and take action because of the thing you love? It feels like very similar to Pile 1, where you're going after what you want, but in a more empathetic manner. It feels like you're outgrowing this very self-centered part of yourself, and you're expanding your awareness. You know, there's nothing wrong with being self-centered, as long as you have self-awareness so that you can expand your perception of life and recognize that there's more to you than life, and that you're living in an ecosystem of people and the environment and the societal implications that have existed. What am I even saying? But you understand in regards to kind of getting past the what you think you know is you, and really going forward into who you really are and what that means in regards to how you treat others. So soul-wise, what you're outgrowing is, again, this very like passive. I'm hearing me. So it feels like your soul is also expanding to kind of love more, to recognize both your own worth, but also the worth that like others have around you, what the environment gives around you. Really understanding that there are resources at your disposal and you can use it in ways where it really amplifies what you need in order to kind of get through this initiation or this time in your life where it's a bit more of an in-between stage. It feels kind of, again, you're really launching yourself in regards to knowing that something's coming and anticipating that thing. So you're taking the time now so to really catch up, so you align with that thing, if that makes sense, you know? Like, I'm watching Death Note, the anime, right now, and I want to take the concept of Shinigami and kind of like flip it. So Shinigami is like the notion of like an environment where like evil begets evil. I also want to say it in a way where it's like good begets good, you know, like or like benevolence begets benevolence. So if you were wanting a thing, you know, oh, okay, how do I make this more practical? Say, okay, oh, okay. Say you want to be, say you want to be the world's best speedrunner in Minecraft. Also, by the way, world record just got broken. Really cool. But anyways, say you want to be that person, right? You're going to need to kind of train your way up to get to that point, you know? What was the creator's name? The creator, Skycrab1, has consistently put in the time and effort to continuously get to a point where his speedruns are at par with the world record, and he recently just broke it, literally like a couple days ago. And it's because he put in the work. It's because, you know, like he was thoughtful enough to like understand that there is this thing he wants. Here's where he is, and he needs to kind of bridge that gap. And even though his speedrun was one where he ended up fucking up in a couple of ways, like I think like he didn't have enough ender pearls or something like that. I don't know. But in regards to like what, it wasn't like the perfect speedrun, you know? It wasn't like a perfect smooth speedrun. There were obstacles in his way, but he still got it. He still got the world record. And I think that is something that your soul's really understanding, that although it might not be perfect, trying and getting there and going and just doing the thing repeatedly over and over until you're at matching level with what you want is where you're heading. So yeah, you're kind of outgrowing the again, just like pile one, the pessimism of life, and your soul is really coming back alive. Yeah, I love that for you, pile number 2. Okay, we're gonna now get messages from the Fae realm. Oh, notice I don't talk a lot, so this is a lot of talking for me. I want to say thank you so much to you guys right now. Thank you, honestly. Like, you guys provide me with a safe space to talk, and you listen to my channeling and what comes through the cards, and you don't know how much that means to me. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Okay, you have the 5 of Swords, and then the 8 of Swords, and then the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Watch out for haters in your life. Watch out for negative speaking, people speaking to you because they're jealous, because they want your life, because they haven't done the work in themselves. Again, look at these two fairies. This fairy looks weirdly upset and angry at this fairy who's kind of just chilling, to be honest. Like, you know, she's just kind of chilling. So again, there might be people in your life. This could be a mom, this could be like a best friend, or this could be an ex-best friend. This could be people that you don't even know or care about or think about sending you shit energy because they just want your life. Be careful about that, because if you get too caught up in that, like if you get too caught up in the relationship aspect, and if you do not take action when it comes to being thoughtful of where you're at, you're gonna run into a place where you're mentally just stuck. And I don't want that for you. Divine Source, the Fae, does not want that for you. You know what it wants for you? It wants this 8 of Pentacles. It wants you to focus on your work. It wants you to focus on the things that you can harvest, that you can really work towards, the things that give you immediate as well as immense kind of fulfillment in your life. Focus on that and you will be golden, my friend. Because again, there are people in your life who are kind of shit. I'm sorry. And if they're not in your life, they're sending you really shit energy because of maybe past interactions that you've had with them, or because again, they think something about you that is completely not true, but they are going with that story to make themselves feel better. So yeah, just be careful of that. Be careful of your social media. Do a purge if you need to, please. Yeah, and don't think too hard on their perceptions of you, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you, because they're coming from a place where they don't love themselves, and they're trying to attack the place where you actually are confident in yourself. And that's the thing. You are coming to this place of really big confidence in yourself. So do not let these people be your focus. Let the focus be your work. Let the focus be, again, you continuously knowing the steps you need to do in order to fulfill what you want. Redirect your focus. Redirect the hate. Use that hate as fuel to get shit done. yeah, getting like the message of like, let it burn. I don't know, what is the saying? Let it put the fire in your ass or something like that to get you going. I don't know these sayings. Why is English like this? I am a native English speaker, but like there's so many colloquial terms and euphemisms that are just extremely strange. I technically learned Ilocano when I was a kid, before English, but like I don't know it now. So anyways, fun fact about me. All that to, again, redirect your focus and energy on you and not these people. So anything else that my pile number 2s need to know at this time? And I just saw the number 44, so you're heavily protected. Just know that. Again, if you have that mentality in mind too, that you're protecting and safe, and that, again, you're focusing more on your own protection and your own self, again, I think you'll be good. It feels like you're someone who's, again, a very bright light. You attract a lot of attention. You're extremely beautiful and extremely talented, and you have a very positive outlook on life. And guess what? People love to hate on that. Why? Because they are sad, lonely people. They are very unknowing of themselves, and they like to attack things that are what they want to be. For example, if you are following Cat's Eye at all, there is so much hate for these young women. They are beautiful and talented, and they are extremely authentic. Justice for Manon, by the way. By the way, we stand Manon here. She is our bias here. But, you know, like, she received a lot of hate from the group, and it feels extremely targeted due to racist reasons. As well as probably more that's going on, but like, again, if you've seen girl groups, what happens to Black women, then yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And this is all to say, again, that you might receive a lot of hate from people literally because of how you look. Literally something you cannot change. Literally something that is very inherently you. And there's nothing you can do about it with these people other than just focus on yourself and focus on your life and focus on what you need to do for yourself. Again, interesting that this card is the card that got pulled out. It's Welcome to Nature meditation. So this might be a card to welcome you into the space that is you, into the self-validating space that really is very different from how a lot of people go about life nowadays. Technically, a definition of a narcissist is one who gets validation from the outside world. Obviously, because you're here and because you are looking for more introverted inner workings of validation through divine source, through a messenger, understanding that it's a physical outside voice, but it's resonant on a deeper inwards level. It's kind of like the difference of needing someone to tell you you're great, rather than getting it from yourself. Man, this really makes me rethink tarot sometimes. Okay, no. So right now, okay, you're probably using tarot videos to train your mind into thinking in the ways that it needs to at this moment in time. Other than getting your decision-making processes from other people and what they say, you are now at a point in your life where you need to be relying on your own instinctual, intuitive, rational mind. You know, you need to be relying on yourself. And these tarot videos are really just here to help you confirm what you already know. Nothing that's, again, it's not outwardly validating, like you asking from like your partner or your friends or your family, like what they think about something. You're going off of your own opinion. And this is what this card is. It is welcoming you to nature meditations. It's welcoming you to connect deeply to yourself. Making space for yourself, for your deepest thoughts, so that you can find clarity, peace, and stress relief. You are full of wisdom and encouragement, and honestly, this reading and tarot cards in general are here just to kind of help you tune into that. Yeah. And there are different ways in which you can do this, right? But this is the initiation. Okay, I was wondering what this card meant, but this makes a lot more sense. This is the initiation. I should probably leave it there. This feels good there, because you are relying on yourself. You're relying on what you know, what you believe, and what you want out of life. And again, you are going the ways and moving in ways where it's authentically you. You're cutting off anyone who doesn't really resonate with that, and you're doing what's best for you at the moment. Again, I'm thinking of Minal Bannerman right now. And she had she's moving in such a civil way too. Like her online presence is something that's extremely dignified, and it's extremely kind and still her, but with the firm boundaries, the you can't fuck with me kind of attitude. And it's something that you're embodying now. It's something that you're stepping into now. It's something that you're really working on right now. You're coming from this stage of, oh, let me ask someone for advice to see what I should do next. And it causing you immense grief because you're like, this is not what I want to do. Why did I ask when I know what I want to do? And you're really focusing on what works for you. Yeah. Man, you're really focusing on what works for you. And I really love that. Alright, I'm gonna get maybe one or two more cards. You are at a stage again. This is the opportunity for you to finally, you have the skull, to finally just kind of come back to your own. Oh, okay. These are strong messages. Okay. Where do I want to put this? I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it here. Is it weird? Is it weird here? I don't. Okay. That's fine. I like how half of this video is just me reorganizing the cards. Yeah, okay, that feels a lot better. So, you have the skull, the scales, and the root. This is just confirming what we've already said a million times in this reading, but if you need it one more time just to solidify it, you're shedding your old skin. You are cutting away things that no longer are needed to you, especially the opinions of others. You're really hollowing that out. You're really putting that to rest. you're really in a position of understanding who and what is for you. With the scales here, again, you're understanding who's a snake in your life and who's not, you know. It's also going to be scales in regards to balancing. So it's like who's really for you and giving that reciprocal needs that are really conducive into you being who you are, and who's not. And because of that, you're able to now really put this root in, this firm root. It may be small, but it will grow. And remember that this is your initiation. This is your welcome into really being with you and who you are, and coming from a place of decisions that are yours and no one else's. Being able to really own your autonomy again, own who you are again, and come from a place of you again, without the encumbrance of what others say, of your monkey minds, of things that really trip you up and make you feel stuck. You're letting go of that. You're outgrowing that. And you're coming to a place of really rooting yourself and working on yourself. So yeah, congratulations, pile 2. I hope this initiation gives you the confirmation you need to know where you are in life, and know that you're doing a wonderful job. It is not easy. I literally just got tripped up on my words right there, just knowing that. So know that, again, it's not easy and things won't be perfect, but as long as you continue to progress and focus on yourself day by day, you'll get to where you want to go. So yeah, thank you so much for being with me, pile number 2s. It is 4:20, so if you want to go and reward yourself in some way, fashion, please do. Or if you're, again, using this full moon to cut that out of your life, congratulations on you too. So regardless of where you are at this point in time in your life, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. And pile 3, if you've chosen this card, this is your pile. So today we're looking at the question of, what am I outgrowing? This is going to be the card that's kind of like overall themes, and then we're going to get into more of the physical things that you're outgrowing, the relationship things you're outgrowing, and then the soul things you're outgrowing. And you have the card Ritual. Work your magic. Oh, cool. The thing that you're outgrowing as of right now is, it feels like the reliance on belief. That's kind of what it feels like. And it feels kind of more like you're taking action. You're getting the support that you need from the people that will help you. Yeah. Not many shadow messages for this one. So let's just go into the rest of the reading. What are my pile 3s outgrowing? 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 I'm kind of seeing, weirdly enough, people's channels that are now like gone. So it feels maybe like you're outgrowing an identity of your past. That's how it's kind of coming across, but we'll continue. What are my pile 3s outgrowing physically? What are my pile 3s outgrowing physically. I don't want to use these cards. What are my pile 3s outgrowing physically? I just like one card, please, if that's okay. Okay, sure. Practice. Okay. What are my pile 3s outgrowing relationship-wise? And just one card, if that'd be okay. Thank you. Okay. And then, what are my... it is notice predictable rhythms. And for your soul, what is my pile 3s? I have soul. Interesting. Okay. Maybe one of your previous identities soul-wise was that you're extremely independent and you're kind of letting go of that, and you're outgrowing that kind of isolationist mentality. But let's start here. First, when it comes to physically, what are you outgrowing? You have practice. So physically, what you're outgrowing is this kind of identity around you being a student. Because all the images I have in my mind is student Ari from League of Legends. So it feels like you are outgrowing that identity of submissiveness as well. So like, for example, you might be extremely good at something, like naturally just extremely good at something, and the thing is that you used to tell yourself, oh no, I just need more practice. I'm not sure why I have that accent on, but you gotta just tell yourself that you need more practice, or like there's a part of you that is unconfident in what you know, because you are a very humble and lifelong learner of your craft or your subject or your study. So it really does feel like you're stepping out of that and are in a stage where you are sharing that with others, which brings me to the relationship part of this. So when it comes to the relationships that you have in life, what you're outgrowing is you're outgrowing the status quo. You're outgrowing the unreciprocal natures of people's unwillingness to really celebrate you for you. You are noticing the rhythms, the patterns of your relationships, and you're outgrowing the ones that don't serve you, the ones that are kind of predictable, the ones that are that don't give you companionship in the ways that you need. It feels like you're outgrowing also, relationship wise, the patterns that you've inherited from your family. I think it's called emotional inheritance, where you pick up the attachment traits that you have with your parents or your family members, and it kind of follows you through the relationships of your life, right? It feels like you're kind of noticing those traumas that you've been carrying, and what you're outgrowing is the cycles of staying in those traumas. It feels like you're really noticing, again, the predictable rhythms of what your relationships have been, how they've been treating you, you know? And it's not that you're trying to be transactional, it's actually more of self-preservation, as well as self-expansion, because you are at a time where you no longer can resonate with people who haven't worked on themselves, you know? Like, it feels like you're someone who is now understanding the fullness of you and is confident in being themselves. It feels like you're breaking the patterns of your past relationships so that you're not falling victim to how you might have done this before. So let me give you more concrete examples, because this is a lot of just like pleasant wording, but sometimes having a concrete example is easier to know what I'm actually saying. So for example, say that you have the attachment style of fawning, which I'm betting a lot of my viewers have, because there's a level of needing to just go with what people say. Sometimes go along to get along. But it feels like you're no longer going along to get along. You're not just fawning to someone because you're trying to survive in their world. You're recognizing that you have your own world, that you are very observant of that world, and that you are going to stick up, defend, and protect that world to whatever cost, no matter what the other person does. So at the end of the day, you recognize what healthy relationships are and what they're not. So for example, if someone knows you're really kind, and so they use your fawning to their advantage so that you end up buying their stuff, like picking up their meals or buying decorations or buying gifts, you know, showing your like love language and quality time, like helping them with things that you don't really need to even help them with, like stuff like that. You're really taking that into consideration, because when you need a hand, are they there? Are they giving you the same energy? Are they giving you the same kind of attention and care and thoughtfulness that you put into them? These are the questions that are coming to mind, because these are the patterns that you're noticing. And other than fawning and trying to keep the relationship alive at any means necessary, it feels like you're really taking note of it. You're really recognizing who's there for you when you need it and who's not. And it feels like you're okay with letting go of anyone who was really using you. Yeah. And usually people use you. It's so interesting. This turns out gold in here, like on screen, but it is actually black. Do you see? Like, what the heck? Like, okay, sorry. Sorry. Lighting is crazy, right? Oh, okay. I feel like that's a message. It feels like someone with like hidden intentions, someone who kind of outwardly was shining itself like in like a gold way, and it looked like silvery gold, really does not have a the same kind of outward appearance on the inside. There's more depth, you know? There's more depth to what they're doing. Conversely, it's also you're recognizing the multiple aspects of yourself. What's the term? It feels like you're casting a golden shadow onto people, and people do not like it, and you're being scapegoated, and you're recognizing these patterns, and so you are moving away from those relationships that are using you. Your soul is recognizing that you have support. Your soul is outgrowing the need to get support from people that can no longer put up a facade, you know? Like, this is still also a facade. Like, it's a light illusion, right? And it feels like there are people in your life that have been like trying to put one over on you. So that's what it feels like you're outgrowing. You know, at the beginning, I wanted to mention this group here, but I wanted to confirm whether or not that those messages rang true, and it has throughout the reading. So I know at the beginning I said overall the theme was that you're outgrowing like an old identity, and I think that still rings true, and even more in the sense of you're outgrowing who you were with other people and those relationships as well. Well, my collective is so awesome. They're stepping into their authentic selves, and I love that for you so much. Okay. Oh, not done. Okay. So yeah, in terms of your soul, what it's outgrowing is where you get your support from. This is a lotus flower, right? And usually the lotus flower comes from a very muddy, very harsh conditions to grow in. And so it felt like you, again, had to grow through a lot of things thrown at you. It feels like you are now blooming and blossoming into this lotus flower, and people don't like to see it. People from your past don't like to see it. There are people who do like to see it, and those are the people that you're focusing your attention to more, and recognizing that you have support in them more now more than ever before. And if it's not people in your life, then you're recognizing yourself, your guides, your belief in yourself, the willpower that you have within. Recognizing that life can change, that you have the power to change it, and no one's gonna stop you. Alright, any other messages from the Fae realm? Three of Wands. Excuse me, sorry. Ace of Cups in reverse. Just clarifier for both of these cards. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Oh yeah, you remember what I was talking about when it came to the identity of the student and you stepping into a like greater role because you don't need practice anymore? It feels like that. Yeah, okay, I love this for you. Oh my god, I love this for you so much, my dear pile threes. Okay. So you have the cards, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. And to clarify that, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. And that is perfectly aligned to what we were going with. So the Fae is here to tell you as well that you are stepping out of a place where you were more submissive. That's what I was also saying about the student role. Like, it was a part of you that you weren't fully owning your full self, and because of that, it led to materially you not being in a place of fulfillment with this Five of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like because you were spending so much time with others, helping others, being with others, even your mere presence alone was helping others do their thing. And now because that energy has shifted into yourself again, because you are no longer giving that new beginning to crap people who don't deserve you at all, who don't deserve to have your beautiful presence in your life, you are receiving support from people who can reciprocate. You're learning who to give that cup to. And because you've given it to yourself, because the Ace of Cups is in reverse, you can take reversals as internally that card going on within. But it also is you not letting these new beginnings happen with the wrong people. It feels like you are now allowing the right people to come into your life, people that can reciprocate your kindness, that really treat your heart the way it needs to. These people might still be a bit more in the realm of ironically learning, but they are there to they might be like younger souls, and by that I mean like they might be like they're still like learning themselves how to reciprocate to you, but they do it in a way where they're very earnest and very honest, and one where you feel safe. Because you let go and you outgrew this past people in your life, because that's how it's feeling to me, because I keep getting like this group in my head. So it feels like you outgrew a place as well as a group of people. So now because of that, you have this new beginning within, as well as the new beginning within your relationships, for that reciprocalness, for the thing that you really need. You're stepping into identity of who you authentically are, and the weight you really do hold. And people are recognizing that. It feels like there's a level of authority with these two, right? And it feels like, again, like you're able to fully embrace that level of authority you have, that level of autonomy that you have, and be respected. And you have support. And again, if this is not a real relationship, like a romantic situation or friendship or something, this also can be your relationship with your guides. But for a lot of you guys, you people, it will be like a an actual relationship in your life, where you'll see this like more tender, more blossoming of the respect that you've cultivated in yourself. Okay, let's get a couple more cards from these decks. We have the Nature Meditation deck. Any other messages from my pile number 3s? Ding, ding. Any messages from my pile number 3s? Please. you. Okay. Oh, that's for you. Okay, you have 2. You have a day in the life. Find a place to sit or stand comfortably. Close your eyes and imagine that you could become any living thing in nature. What would you be? Maybe you're a giant tree in the rainforest, a dolphin in the sea, or a mountain goat scaling rocky cliffs. Whatever you choose, spend your meditation embodying that living thing and going through its day. As you come out of your meditation, journal about your experience. How did it feel to embody this thing? How did you greet this morning? What did you eat? What sounds did you hear? How can you carry that being's unique energy into your day? Yeah, it kind of feels like you're still stepping into a life where on the daily basis, you're surrounded by people who reciprocate your energy. You also have return to joy. As children, nature was often the background of our most cherished memories. Hopscotch in the park with our friends, hide and go seek in the woods, or maybe a camping trip with the family. As adults, however, we tend to see nature as a vehicle for contemplation and personal transformation. It's important to remember, though, that it can also be a place to embrace play, fun, and creativity. As you walk today, consider your earliest experiences with the outdoors. What are your memories of enjoying yourself in the natural world? How can you bring youthful joy to your adult experiences in nature? Yeah, it feels like, it does feel like you're coming to a place of safety as well, where you can fully be your childhood self, where you can kind of like let go and not have to anticipate or fear the reactions of others. You don't have to fear someone gossiping about you or talking shit behind your back, which is the same thing as gossiping, but I really wanted to emphasize that for some reason. Again, you're coming to a place where you trust the people around you and you can fully be your authentic self. And this is a channel called Existential Joy. I've changed the name from NX Joy to Existential Joy to really highlight what I really wanted about this channel and wanted it to be. I wanted this place to be where people who are going through existential crises and going through different harder aspects of what it means to live, to come to a safe space and return to the joy. It's a very interesting concept because other than being all doom and gloom about what it means to live, it's to be happy to what it means to live. It's to create meaning in what it means to live. And be authentic in that. Be you in that. Not having to appeal to other people or worry about social statuses or worry about different aspects of the emotional turmoil it sometimes takes for when you are someone who really understands and knows yourself in a sea of people who don't. Here's the thing, love. There's something that I've come to realize as I get older, and it's that not everybody thinks this way. Not everybody has the capacity to come back to themselves like you do. And the people that don't will try to tear you down. But you're stepping into a time where you're really recognizing who is for you and who is not. And you're coming back to the place where you can create your life and your relationships based off of who you really are. And now you have the added discernment of what it means to navigate these relationships. So overall, what you're outgrowing is an old identity that you used to have, especially with the relationships you used to have. Oh, you have the acorn. I love this for you. The acorn is a symbol of new growth. Acorns are the seedlings of trees. So this is, again, you planting a new seed. You planting new roots. You being honest about where you are in life and acting accordingly. You really owning up to the mastery of who you are. And recognizing that you can find people that match you. That you do have support within yourself as well. The wings. Oh, fuck. What a beautiful reading. So yeah, my dear pile number 3s, you are extremely capable to do this. You can, again, wings again are symbolic of freedom, flying, taking off. This very, no one tells a bird to take off. It just kind of does. Right? As well as angelic wings, which is, again, you have a lot of protection. A lot of protection. Like, you might not even know in what ways. Maybe I'll make a video on that. On how are you protected. But for now, just know that you are protected. You're protected from the people who are not for you, and you are aligning with people who will support you at your fullest. Who love you for you, not for anything that you give, not your presence, not what you look like, not what social status you have, not how attractive you are. People love you, for your character, for your personality, for who you are, for how you make them feel. To the energy that you give, to the wisdom that you give. You have value that is immense. And now you are in a space where you can share that with people who deserve it. So, congratulations, pile number 3s, for going through this, because it's a lot to go through. So, I'm extremely proud of you. It is an intense journey to find out and own who you are, and like, give your energy back to you so that you can accomplish what you need to do and have the support that will really cherish and honor you for you. So yeah, congratulations on outgrowing your old identity and really owning who you are. I love you so, so, so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal followers. If you were here, we're looking at the question of what you're outgrowing. And yeah, this is going to be like the main theme. We'll see what it is and discover what it is as we move through the reading. And then we're going to go through the physical aspects of what you're outgrowing, the relationship aspects of what you're outgrowing, as well as the soul aspects of what you're outgrowing, and then any other additional messages that are entailing to your reading. So let's begin. You have the card Christine. Enlightenment. Interesting. Mm. Honestly, nothing is coming to me channel-wise. And honestly, it could be something that's... Oof. Okay. So in regards... I didn't expect that. Okay. So literally nothing was channeling to me. So it feels like what you're outgrowing is noise. Is drama. It's unnecessary elements of your life. What you're outgrowing is kind of chaos in a sense. It feels like with this enlightenment card that you're coming into this place of peace, true peace, this stage of enlightenment. And I'm pretty sure in Taoist religion, there's a notion of having like a blank mind. That's something that's like extremely high, like the highest mentality to maintain, and it's like the mind of a newborn baby. That's what that's what it said. But in the sense of where, like, you know how like a newborn baby doesn't have the it doesn't have the jadedness of living, you know? There's something that's extremely pure and empty. And empty in the way of not in how most people take empty. It's kind of like empty in the way where it's free. You know what I mean? You know, like when you start a new game, or you move into a new house, or you start a relationship. There's all these like beautiful spaces that you have to really feel and create and to be without the noise of people or places or things. You're now at a space to breathe. And you're outgrowing places that you've outgrown places that don't provide you with that space. So yeah, let's move on. Physically. Alright. You have the card Staying Alive, which is interesting because Pile 1 also got that on a soul level. So, very interesting. It feels very like, you know, like a full circle moment. Okay. For relationships, what is... Sorry. Alright. For relationships, anything you want to find out, it's out there somewhere. Alright. And then your soul. I haven't gotten this card, so that's really cool. It's my first time getting that card. Oh, so you might be like having first with relationships. Sorry. And then soul-wise, it is within reach. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god, I really need to stop. Okay. I keep thinking about like a specific person. I literally can't speak whenever I think about this person. But I will get to it. Let's start here. Staying alive. Physically, what you're outgrowing is is any bad habits that might have been preventing you from being your fullest healthiest self. For example, if you used to smoke, you're not smoking anymore, or you're smoking a lot less. If you used to heavily consume items, whether that be like alcohol or sugar or addictive substances, and that could be gambling or adult content. It feels like you're coming to a healthier terms with it. It's not like you have to completely have executed it from your life. If you have, congratulations for going cold turkey. Good job for you. Many claps for you, because that is something extremely hard. So you're doing so good. But if you're not, you're also doing extremely good, because either way, if you're taking the slower route to arrive at where you need to be, or you're already there, like, if you're lessening what you know is bad for you, or if you have already completely cut that out, that's what it is. Physically, you'll know. Because it's physically and not like relationship wise, I feel like this has to deal with either a bad habit or just like a consumable, or like a routine, or the way you used to live your life. There's like a part of your life that was like not good for you, that was actively like even being sedentary, when you should move your body. It's like stuff like that. If you need to be sedentary, that's a different story. That's not applying to you, but like it's something that was excessively causing you to kind of die inside a little, like in the sense of like, it wasn't good for you. Like a bad habit. Again, yeah, that's what I really have. It's bad habits, or bad routines, or bad, like, a bad consumable. But yeah, that's what you are growing. So honestly, congratulations. That is a really hard thing to do. I'm really proud of you. And I hope you're really proud of yourself, because it takes a lot of balls to be able to look at the things that we know are bad for us and say no more. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, a lot of groveling, a lot of bargaining, a lot of grief, a lot of acceptance, to cut out the things that are bad for us. So the fact that you did it, and the fact that you're choosing to stay alive, to really honor your body and be the healthiest you that you can be, is freaking amazing. Honestly, you deserve so many claps. Yeah. So let's go into the relationship wise, what you're outgrowing. You have the card, anything you want to find, it's out there somewhere. It feels like you are letting go of negative beliefs when it comes to relationships. For example, you might have thought that no one got you, because, or like, you couldn't have the things that you wanted. It feels like you put a belief on yourself before actually doing the things. So I'm calling you out. If you're an avoidant out there, if you have an avoidant attachment style out there, I am calling you out right now. Because that's something you're letting go of. It seems like you're coming to a healthier place of understanding the security in yourself and knowing that you can achieve and get the things you want. And I'm not I'm not calling you out for no reason. I'm also somewhat avoidant myself, quite a bit, quite a lot actually. But it feels like when push comes to shove, nothing feels better than feeling the love. If you watch That's So Raven as a kid, like, that's the reference to it. Yeah, that's a good song. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in the recording, but I will say it now. Can you feel it? Can you feel the love? Nothing feels better than feeling the love. Everybody knows when push comes to shove. Nothing feels better than feeling the love. Yeah. That's, I don't know why that song's coming. I feel like it's also like you're in a space where you're accepting love. You know? You're accepting that, like, you do love. That you have a heart. That it's not just a cold, blank slate of nothing. That you do feel. And that you can't control your feelings always. That you're just kind of accepting your feelings for what it is. That's how it feels. So in your relationships, it feels like you are kind of extending that to who's around you, and you're accepting who you do love and why you love them. And or even if it's not like that intense, it could just be like who you like, who you're crushing on, you know, who you have feelings for. It kind of feels like in relationship wise, you're being honest with yourself, with your emotions. Yeah. And I'm being really drawn to the Saturn planet. So this is something that's it's a big discipline for you to have been doing this, you know, for you to let go of that kind of avoidant attachment style of not accepting your feelings. It's a huge deal for you. And honestly, like, I applaud you, because it takes a lot to be honest with yourself. But yeah, it feels like you're choosing love. You're choosing your emotions. You're choosing to feel again, like in your relationships too. And that's coming back online. And honestly, it feels like that has had a more significant effect on your relationships and lives too, because people can notice that you're more thoughtful, and people notice that you're happier, that you're more yourself, you're more comfortable. People notice. Anyways, what your soul is outgrowing is, again, it's very similar to a lot of piles. Your soul is outgrowing like this pessimism. It feels like, other than being like down on yourself and thinking, oh, I can't get that, like that's not for me, like I could never do that, it is within reach. It feels like your soul has finally accepted that, like, no, I can do this. No, maybe they do like me, you know, like stuff like that. It feels like it's kind of gone over the rejection phase and feeling like you're unworthy of things. It feels like you've outgrown that, and now you understand that you're worthy, that you can go for the things that you want. Yeah. Okay. So let's get more messages from the Fae realm. Anything you want to say to Pile Force? Can you feel the love? I can feel Saturday, feeling the love. I'm better across the world, chance to shine. I can feel it's better than feeling the love. Ace of Wands in reverse. Anything else? Huh. Huh. Six of Swords. Pretty sure there was a card there. Justice in reverse. Interesting. Are all these in reverse? The Chariot in reverse. Honestly, confused. No, not all of these in reverse. So take it as is. All right. I'm hearing not just yet. So there's something in your life that is like, it is within reach. Yes, it's almost there, but not just yet. I don't know who that message is for, but like if you're planning something, if you're planning to contact someone, if you're planning to do a big change in your life, not just yet. Because with this Ace of Wands, it feels like maybe you want to come at it. Maybe I'm getting a lot of phallic imagery in my head, so maybe you're thinking about it from a place of passion and a bit too much right now. And that's okay. Like, it happens. But, like, just know that, like, I think if you want this done the right way, that you have to search inside yourself a bit more. Because if you do it in a way where you go off of purely passion, then it's not going to fulfill you the way that you think it will. With this Justice in reverse, one thing I noticed about this card is that, like, she's blind, so she is very impartial to what scales are happening, you know. And it kind of feels like there's still stuff within yourself that you need sorting before you go after this thing. Let me double check one second. Okay. I think the Six of Swords usually is of transitions moving forward. It's usually about in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's like this two people on a boat sailing away. In this card, it's two fairies looking towards the castle. So it feels like there is forward momentum, but with the Chariot in reverse, it's like you need to do, feels like you need to do inner work within. Like it's kind of blocked, you know what I mean? Like you're moving forward, but it's like blocked in a way. There's a blockage there. Like, man, this is so much more confusing than all the other piles. The Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. 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 And Strength and seriously, what's up with all these reversals? I swear to God, this deck isn't in reverse. With the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry. Okay, so that doesn't matter here. Oh. Okay. There's still emotional quells within you that you're not addressing. And you really need to go within. This is a major thing. You have three major arcana cards as the clarifiers. That's huge. Major arcana cards are like the main storytelling of this. Hello? Hello? Oh my gosh, Miss Missy. Hi. Hi, Miss Missy. Do you want to come in through this way? Is that what? Yeah? Aww, Miss Missy. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hey, Miss Missy. Okay, sorry. I was, obligated cat petting break. As I was saying, you have three major arcana cards in reverse as clarifiers. Kind of crazy. The core meanings of the Five of Cups in reverse is like letting go, moving past grief, releasing regret, and self-forgiveness, especially tied with the Strength in reverse. Hey, Miss Missy. There must have been like a burnout for you. There has been like self-doubt, burnout, loss of emotional control. It can point to insecurities, and the need to let go and reflect, which is again the same thing as the Five of Cups in reverse. So there's something that you really do need to let go of, something that you really need to like move past before you do the next thing, before you like send out that application or send that text. There's like something within you first that needs to happen. Oh man, you still see the you still see the shadow of this, so I guess. Okay. Excuse me. Maybe that's it. It's something that you need to do. I think you need to do some shadow work. You need to kind of like recognize what your shadow is. And by that, it's just like the unconscious patterns that you may be exhibiting And how do you make the unconscious conscious? Well, a lot of people use tarot cards for that. But there are other ways to do it. Self-reflection, meditations, pendulums, channeling, you name it. Some people use art, creative works, people watch movies, game, anything that really makes you self-reflect. That's what you need to be doing right now. Because a part of you needs to forgive yourself for something in order to move forward. Because yeah, to have literally 5 out of the 6 cards and excuse me in reverse is a blocked energy. There's a truth that you've been avoiding. There's a lack of accountability. There's something that you are lying to yourself that you need to address before you move forward. You know? Because right now you're moving forward in a very, like, solemn way. The 6 of Swords moving forward is, like, it's not the happiest way to move forward. It's actually, it's quite depressing, if, like, to be honest. But the chariot moving forward, the chariot being upright, that's some fun shit. That's some badass fun shit. But it's not. It's blocked. So you can't successfully move forward in the way that you want to, and the confidence that you really need to, until you address this thing. All right. What is this thing? Oh. All right. You have give and take. Plan a visit to a nearby park today and spend 10 minutes in walking meditation, taking slow, deep breaths and focusing on the present moment. As you walk, look for examples of cooperation and interdependence in nature. A tree providing shade to the plants beneath it, insects pollinating flowers, a decomposing log giving life to new vegetation. In what ways do you observe nature nurturing itself? When your walk is complete, reflect on the relationships in your life. How do those closest to you nurture and support you? What do you give to those relationships in return? Yeah, that sounds about right. So there's definitely a part of you that needs to really reconcile with your transactional behaviors in relationships and that what that really means. Oh. What else should my pile fours know about their shadow self before moving forward? What is it that my pile fours, I think? Find your bearings. If you've ever been lost in the outdoors, you know how frustrating it could be. It's just disorienting, sometimes scary. But just as dolphins and whales have access to echolocation to help track their positions, we have access to intelligence and intuition to track ours. Today, as you walk, contemplate the areas of your life where you feel lost and may need redirection. Rather than continuing to wander aimlessly, consult your internal guidance system. Then ask yourself what you need to get back on track. So this is 2 great things that you should be aware of. You know, finding your inner compass and understanding what it means to give and take in relationships. Okay, last messages for my pile number 4. Ooh, the water, not the water. Stop. Water being a symbol of emotion. of cleansing, of clearing, of life. Oh man, I love the water. Even though I have no water in my big three. Anyways, another card, please, just to wrap up the reading. Oh! Another pile also got this. I forgot which one it did, but it's the butterfly. And because I'm pointing it to more real, like, images, it feels like you're getting real with yourself, you know? You're really like, you're really trusting yourself here. Or at least getting to trust yourself. So before you move forward with anything again, you need to understand who you are and what you need. Consult your internal guidance system, as well as understand what you need in relationships. What does it mean to give and take? And be honest with yourself. I know it's hard, but I know you can do it. I know you got this. Yeah. Anyways, it's so hard for me to talk right now because I keep thinking about a specific person for this reading. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna leave it there. Oh boy. I'm just gonna leave it there. I love you so much, my pile number 4. Thank you so much for joining me, doing some shadow work with me, learning that what you're outgrowing is this kind of chaos within. Yeah, that's how it feels. It feels like you're like outgrowing the chaos within. You're physically doing the habits that you need to be doing. Relationship wise, you're, recognizing where your emotions are and you're actually taking that into account. And soul wise, you know that you might not be exactly ready for what you need to yet, but you know it's coming. You know it's within reach. And you know that once you do the work to understand what you really need and do the shadow work of going internally and asking yourself what you need to get back on track, as well as, understanding what interdependence and cooperation is within relationships and what that means to you. Yeah, those are the things that you need to do in order to really fully get to where you want to go. But right now you're quite amazing, and you're doing such great work in regards to outgrowing the past version of you who used to be a lot more doomerism. So it feels like you're gaining the confidence back, and as long as you continue at it and continue to really put that effort into you, you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish and who comes back in your life. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me, Pile 4s. I love you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.